Vanguard's recent study, How America Saves, concluded from 5 million participants that Americans simply don't invest enough. Here are the numbers. This table shows the average, as well as the median retirement savings for people on defined retirement plans, which means the employer and employee contribute together. This table is broken down into the factors that affect retirement savings the most: income, age, and job tenure. Let's focus on the age section for a moment. Those in the 55 to 64-year-old age category on the brink of retirement have an average retirement balance of $208,000 with a median of just $71,000. This is far below a comfortable retirement balance for most people, which is why today I'm going to explain exactly what percent of your income you should really invest, introduce the famous 50-15-5 rule for financial success, and reveal unique investing tricks and hacks for big results over time. First, let's break down the current state of American investing. Vanguard Study unveils the average American contributes 11% of their income to retirement plans. This seems like a lot, however. This is including the employer match. Most likely, this 11% is broken down into a 5.5% employee contribution and a 5.5% employer match. Keep this in mind later when we calculate your ideal contribution rate. Interestingly, individuals automatically enrolled in retirement plans save an additional 0.5% on average compared to those on voluntary enrollment. There are two key takeaways from this Vanguard study. Firstly, automating your retirement savings tends to lead to higher savings rates. As with anything in life, automation makes it easier to stay consistent. Secondly, contribution rates roughly align with the U.S. personal savings rate, typically hovering around the 4 to 5% mark, according to the Federal Reserve, ignoring recent pandemic-related spikes. This closely mirrors the 5.5% personal contribution rate we mentioned earlier. For context, a family earning the median U.S. household income of $77,000 saves between $3,000 and $3,800 per year. While this 5% rate falls behind some larger European countries like Germany and Sweden, it's still over twice as high as that of Great Britain and Italy. However, it's crucial to note that not all these savings are directed towards retirement plans. They may also go towards emergency funds, mortgage down payments, or college education. Check out this chart depicting savings rates based on income so you can get a better idea where you're at. Like I mentioned earlier, the median savings rate is 5%. The bottom 95% of earners save less than 10%, while the top 5% save 30% of their income, and the top 1% of earners save an astounding 47%. But what percent of your income should you really be investing? There are two unique methods to calculating this, and I'll walk you through both now, along with sample calculations. First up is Fidelity's renowned 50-15-5 rule. This rule states that 50% of your take-home pay should go towards essentials like rent, food, and transportation, while 15% should go towards retirement savings, such as 401k plans, Roth IRAs, or index funds. 5% is allocated to short-term savings, so think emergency funds or savings accounts. The remaining 30% is for discretionary spending, like Netflix subscriptions, dining out, and new clothes. Fidelity devised these percentages after analyzing thousands of retirement accounts, concluding that they represent the minimum required for individuals to retire comfortably at the retirement age. Let's take a quick look at how these percentage allocations play out for someone earning the median household salary in the U.S., which stands at $77,000. That would translate to $38,500 for essentials, $11,550 for retirement savings, $3,850 for short-term savings, and the remaining $23,100 for discretionary spending. It's important to remember these numbers vary for everyone, and it really depends on what your retirement goals are. To help figure this out, let's look at our second method of determining what percent of your income to invest: your retirement number. I've covered this topic in detail in a previous video, but here's a quick overview for those who haven't seen it yet. This method involves determining how much money you'll need to retire comfortably and working backward from there. To maintain your standard of living in retirement, personal finance experts typically suggest planning to spend about 55 to 80% of your pre-retirement income per year. Fidelity provides a helpful table showing where exactly you fall between 55 and 80% based on your salary. For example, if you earn $77,000, you should expect to spend 75% of your current salary during retirement, which equals $57,700. Now let's apply the 4% rule, which states a retiree can withdraw 4% of their retirement funds each year and not run out of money. So, $57,750 divided by 4% equals $1.44 million. Using these numbers in this retirement calculator and assuming a 7% annual return after inflation and no current retirement savings, it would take 39 years to reach retirement at a 10% savings rate. But upping your savings rate to 15% would reduce this time to 33 years, or a 20% savings rate would bring it down to 30 years. The key takeaway here is the higher your savings rate, the quicker you'll retire. It's all about finding the right balance between saving aggressively and enjoying your life, as this varies for every individual. So, what's the best investing strategy to reach your retirement goal as quickly as possible? For most people, the answer is simple. Invest consistently in index funds, such as those tracking the S&P 500. Trying to time the market, day trading, or penny stocks often leads to worse outcomes. Just remember this quote from legendary investor Warren Buffett: "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." If you want to accelerate your savings rate further, focus on increasing your income. Consider starting a side hustle, such as ride-sharing, freelancing, mowing lawns, walking dogs, flipping items online, or the options are truly endless to help you hit your retirement goals. Feeling overwhelmed or worried about how much you need to save? Check out this video on why net worth explodes after the first 100K.